And welcome back to the next in our video series for new gun owners. I'm Paul Lathrop from the Polite Society podcast. Joining me is Amanda Suffolk-Cool of Eye on the Target Radio and Rob Morse of Self Defense Gun Stories. You should be able to tell which is Amanda and which is Rob just by looking at your screen. So we're going to be talking this time about magazines, specifically how to load them. Amanda, you got some examples there. Why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Okay, well, I'll tell you, I do a lot of beginning shooter training, and one of the questions that happens a lot is how do you know when you pick up a magazine which direction it goes, and how do you know where the bullets go? So I want you to pick up your magazine, and I want you to hold it, and I want you to look at it a little bit, because it tells a tale all onto its own when you're looking at it. So the first thing is that as you look at this magazine, I'm trying to get it so it's close enough. Okay. So as you look at this magazine, see how sharp these two corners are? Now I'm going to rotate it around and see how round these sides are. So what happens is most magazines, as you're looking at the magazine, you get the fact that there's square corners and round corners. Now when you look at bullets, it's kind of magical. You get the same thing. There's a round edge and then there's a flat edge. So you can match flat to flat, round to round on pretty much every magazine and get the bullets into that magazine the right way. So here is a loaded magazine. This is really hard to try to get to the camera with all this. But so you're trying to load the magazine. And so you look at it. Can you see the bullets? Can you guys see the bullets? I'm like, I don't know. There. Okay, so now you can see the bullets, and you can see the square, flat part of the magazine. And that's to the back side of the bullet. And then you see the round side of the magazine to the front side of the bullet. Now we're going to look at the top of the magazine for a minute. As you look at the very top, you're going to see these two edges where, I don't know how to describe this. When you go to put bullets into this, you actually start in the middle with the bullet, push it down, and then slide it back. Rob, can you describe that better?
You mean the magazine ears?
Yeah. Are they considered ears or
lips?
Lips or something. Yeah. I don't know what the term is. But I'm going to try to, I have a really full magazine, which means that now I have bullets everywhere. But I'm trying to be able to, so I can kind of show you. But you start the bullet right in the middle, shove it down, and then shove it backwards. And trying to do that away from me is really hard. There. So you do it like this, and then you, like this, and then you shove it backwards.
Now here's
Go ahead, Rob.
Here's a magic trick.
A magic trick.
They make little plastic reloading tools that help you push that bullet down.
They
do sell them on Amazon. They're called Uplula.
Some of them are the even plastic ones. I think they're $10. You can get them at probably any sporting goods store. They're the more expensive ones are better. I like the ones you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, you've loaded it. Not all guns take a reload, or all magazines need a reloader. The old 45s, you can load them by hand all day. The modern double stack 9mm, you want to jam 17 rounds into that magazine. It's a strong set of hands that can get the last 5 rounds into those.
Yeah, you can get 12 in easy. Yeah.
Right. So as a new student, okay, maybe you only load the top. Next time you go to the sporting goods store, buy that reloader. Oh, you get serious about this. You want to shoot hundreds of rounds a day. You're going to want the better reloader because you're going to do it a lot.
So, but the big thing on magazines is just making sure that you get the ammo in the magazine the right direction. And then logic says when you go to put the magazine in the gun, you'll be able to identify which is the front of the magazine. But just spend a little time looking at your magazine and you'll be able to figure it out. And then once you notice these radiused corners, from that point forward, any magazine you pick up, you're going to be like, oh, square corners, round corners. And it doesn't matter whether it's a tiny little 380 single stack mag, it's got the same thing, or the 45 in a double stack. You'll see that it's got those same characteristics.
Amanda, can I leave a magazine loaded?
Yes. Here's
Yes.
here's the thing.
The answer is yes. Keep
Here,
going.
and let me go into the caveat. What you're going to hear? You're going to hear from people, well, that my dad heard from his dad never to leave a magazine loaded. And your dad learned from his dad in the time when he shouldn't have left a magazine loaded. Because at that point in time, guns were manufactured by hand, springs were made by hand, they were heat treated by hand. And so now technology has changed. And I tell folks that anything built in the 70s and on, you can dry fire it, you can keep the magazines loaded. Technology has changed to such an extent that all of that is consistent. But if you're talking about an old gun that was hand built, it has some other reasons why. But that's why you'll hear something being passed down through your family that was fact that no longer is.
Thank you. I agree.
And that doesn't just happen in guns. It's very prevalent in guns. But for example, this is not guns. It's way off topic, but it illustrates a point very well. I have a friend that is in the automotive industry, and somebody brought in a brand new Toyota Prius. And because this person was somewhat older, they were going to be making a trip down to Arizona. And in every car they'd ever owned, when you go to Arizona, you need to run 20 weight 50 oil in your engine, or it's going to ruin your engine. It's too hot down there. That was true in the 1950s and 1960s. In a Toyota Prius, a 2018 model, this has been a few years ago, that's not necessarily true, and by the time you get halfway there, you're going to need to rebuild the motor in that Prius. So, yeah, older people sometimes have knowledge that works great for their time, but not necessarily for now.
Right. Technology really has changed. And so that's where you're going to hear it about dry firing. You're going to hear it about magazines. You're going to hear it about a variety of things, but it's all really, truly manufacturing based.
Mm-hmm. All right, we are almost up to the 9-minute mark here. I think we've covered this.
I think we covered it
well.
Mm-hmm.
So, Facebook viewers, we're going to go ahead and shut the video down, and YouTube viewers, for you as well. We'll be back with another video in a little bit. Thanks for watching.